Hey everyone, Ricky here. This video is going to be a little bit different. I ended up going to AX this year, and I wanted to share that experience with you. So I cut together 3 different days, the 3 days that I went to AX. For those of you who don't know, AX is one of the largest anime conventions here in the US. I think the last time I read one of the attendance reports was about 100,000 people. Definitely, I think this year, without a doubt, was one of the best organized. There was a lot of people, but it didn't feel as stuffed. So the nice thing that they did though is that this year they actually made more entrances. So if I remember correctly, this is a new entrance, or no, this is a new entrance. I think there's a new one over here also, aside from the main ones here. But regardless, you're going to be waiting in line. This year, when I got there, so what AX does, what AX has, is they have an agreement with some of the hotels around the area, and so they'll have these shuttle services that come from these directions, and they'll drop people off here in this little block, and then from there you can just walk across the street, and then you can just head over into one of the many different lines that they have. But like I mentioned earlier, regardless, you are still going to walk quite a bit. Right now in the video you see that I'm kind of making my way. I ended up picking this gate right here, and the line wasn't too bad. It only wrapped around about this far. It actually got so congested in this area here that another line that was going back this way actually met here, and it caused some confusion, but eventually they figured that out, and we were okay. So as you're seeing here, once you go through the detectors, you make your way inside, past all, just past this open area. You pick up your bags. A bunch of people in cosplays. This event is a lot of fun. If you haven't been, I totally recommend you go. It is 4 days, so it is a lot of walking. So you will want to prepare accordingly. You'll want to bring maybe a hat. You'll want to bring definitely some bottled water for sure. Sunscreen, walking shoes, absolutely. Here you also see a program guide. Definitely make sure to pick one of those up. And so once you've gotten your bag, and I'll cut a closer. Here it is. And this is a closer look at one of the bags that they give out. They give out a couple different ones, so depending on what entrance you're at, they'll be different. And so just a cool, quick look at the bag. So after we got in, one of the biggest things that I wanted to do was actually attend the welcome ceremony, and that's in this event hall right here. And the waiting area for this is right outside, and this is what it looks like here. Last year they had such a problem with this line that it was just a huge mess. For any event, any big event that you want to attend, I definitely recommend getting there early. If you have a group of friends, it's a definitely good idea to have one person go or a couple of people go, wait in line, and then the rest of the group, go and picks up food or what have you, and then they go to the bathroom, and then they'll come meet you in line. This is what the line looks like from outside. Last year, I think it was last year, I attended the Trash Taste podcast panel, and it was a mess. People ended up cutting the line, the little tape surrounding the line, and everyone just absolutely rushed in. And so this is what the inside of it looks like. You'll kind of see me trying to make my way around, people trying to show you which way to go. Inside, it's actually set up in this sort of grid pattern like you see here. You'll have the main stage up front, and then you'll have kind of these different groups of seatings. And again, if you want to be at the front, you're gonna have to be there early, an hour early, an hour and a half early, and you're just gonna want to make a beeline right up to the front. What it looks like. And they'll have ushers there that'll also kind of push you in certain ways, but once you get past the ushers, you can get a little creative about which way you walk, and so you can actually just go down one of the other aisles and really just try to go forward. One note that I do have, one hint I guess you could say, is that if there's a panel that you really want to go to, it might help sometimes, depending on kind of how you feel about the panel right before it, if you go to that panel and you happen to find a seat in the back, once they clear out the people from the from that panel, you can get up and move towards the front, because a lot of people sometimes are just there for that one panel. So as those people, I'll show you here, as those people kind of make their way out, because they funnel everyone out of this area here, you know, sitting right here, you can get up and just try to walk and make your way up towards the front. And so that's what you'll see. You'll see a huge rush of people coming out, and then some people kind of moving their way forward. And so this is what they do at the welcome ceremony. It's just a big video of, at the welcome ceremony this year, it was a lot different. Last year they had performers. Last year they had a couple different guests on stage, just introducing the different standout events of the weekend. Right after the welcome ceremony was over, I went out and went right into the entertainment hall, and I'll show you all some videos of what that looks like. There's some really cool giveaways that they were doing, some little nano block sets, some cards, and there was actually a Hulu booth where they were doing calligraphy. And that was really cool. So here I am. Oh, whoops. Here I am making my way over to the other side of the hall. That to the right, you'll see another section where people can line up for other events and other panels. And off to the right, you can't really see it too well here, but I have another video of it where I'll give you a better look of it. It's actually this new section called the AX Crossing. You'll see a better video of it here. And they have food trucks there, and it's just more open space. The year before, this was just regular street. Cars would go through here, but I think the organizers saw that was probably not the best idea, and so they ended up closing it off and then letting people walk through here, eat food, sit down. And I think this helped out with making the entertainment hall and the exhibit hall feel a little bit less, how do I say it, congested. You know, it spread the people out a little bit better. And so coming up here is the exhibit hall. The exhibit hall is one of the coolest parts of the con. Let me pop video here, and I mean, it's exactly what it means. It's a bunch of exhibitors from all over, a lot of really cool sets, really cool cosplayers walking around, and these are some of the highlights. I'm gonna go ahead and let you all enjoy. Sorry. Want to go in? You guys want the spot?
Where to? Where? Oh, more?
And I was like, oh, I see that too.
Let's go all the way straight.
And then I looked at the one I was holding. No, I was asking if I could see the one. And she's like, we don't have large. And I looked and I'm like, this is large.
That's sick.
The exhibit hall is definitely one of the coolest parts of the convention. Different companies like Aniplex, Viz, Crunchyroll, Bandai Namco, Toho, they all have huge booths and interactive activities. Crunchyroll had a soul leveling sphere where you could go inside and play or experience this really cool 360 video. Other companies had you participate in gameplay of their new card game, of their new video game. One of the coolest booths that I saw was the Gundam base booth. I actually visited that, I think, on day 2, so I actually took video of that, and I'll share it in the next video. And so right now I'm just walking around, taking a look at as many different booths as I can. And what's really great is that all the people there working are super nice. They all are happy to kind of show you around. There's also really cool giveaways, and some of those include stickers, pins, calendars, posters. I mean, just everything you can think of. After this video, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to make like a haul, like an AX haul video, where I'll show you all the different really cool things that I got. And like I said, that includes pins, stickers, cards, posters, tags, and just a lot of really cool things. So I'll keep showing you around the exhibit hall, and once I did a couple laps, I ended up going down to Artist Alley. Artist Alley is definitely one of the coolest parts of the convention. It's where people from all over, there's small businesses, they come sell prints, they come sell pins, stickers. Some sell things like metal wallets, Legend of Zelda, 3D prints. There's just really a lot of cool things around here. One of the tips I have for someone that goes to Artist Alley for the first time is definitely try to take a lap, try to see as much as you can. If you have an item or something that you're really looking forward to, I would say it's probably a good idea to get it right away, just because it might sell out towards the end of the con, day 3, day 4. But definitely take your phone, take pictures of the booth numbers, write it down on a notebook, or even circle the different tents that different booths that you want to go see later. And that way you won't forget as you're kind of going up and down these rows. You'll always remember to go back to that one booth where you maybe saw something that you want to take a closer look at. So that's always a good idea. This year, they on the right-hand side, you can kind of see it here. This year, they ended up putting the 18-plus content down here. Last year, I believe it was up in the exhibit hall on the right-hand side, kind of in the back corner. But this year, they ended up putting it here. I definitely didn't take any video of that, but I did take video of kind of the hallway where you would go in. That's this hallway back here. I'll kind of put a clip here for you. It's back there. You had to show your ID before getting in, but also if you had an 18 plus bracelet, you could just walk in. So definitely, this line can get very, very, very long. And so if you're able to get your 18 plus wrists right away, and it's usually in a booth that they have at the corners of the convention halls, definitely get it, and that way you can just kind of walk right in, flash your wristband, and you're all good. But I think it was day two. I walked by the 18 plus, and I mean, this line was all the way. I'm going to show you a clip of kind of just how long it was. It was all the way from around the corner all the way to the end just to get in. And so, and there really is no timer in here, so you can spend as much time as you want. And even inside here, some of these lines for the individual booths were really long. They would wrap around the booth themselves. And so definitely, if this is kind of your area, this is what you want to do, I would say try to go there early or maybe towards kind of the off hours, and that'll give you your best chance to just walk around and really get a good look at it, a good look at everything. And this area up front, the South Hall lobby, is where a lot of cosplayers meet up, and you can take pictures with them. There's usually like organized meetups for cosplayers. It's kind of where you see a lot of pictures of those huge groups of people are, because what they'll do is they'll let people in, and everyone will kind of huddle around this big area right in the front, kind of where you're seeing it right now. And it's just shoulder to shoulder, right? Everyone's waiting to get into Artist Alley. Everyone's waiting to get in the exhibit hall for those exclusives, those limited editions. And so once I think it's like 10 o'clock hits, everyone just goes in. And so yeah, again, just a really cool look around the South Hall lobby. Lots and lots of people. Less crowded than I was expecting it to be, but this is towards the end of the day. Usually what I like to do at the first day of the convention is I like to just give everything kind of a quick lap. Go from one hall to the next, just give everything a once over, things that I really, really want to get, I'll get right away. Other things I might want to check out, I'll come look at later. If you're planning to come to AX, I would say definitely have a plan, because there's a lot of walking, and what you want to avoid is you want to avoid kind of going from one hall, then across, then back across, then across, and you're just spending a lot of energy just going back and forth. And so if you can kind of organize your day by going maybe to the entertainment hall, then maybe a panel, and then maybe coming across, having lunch, and then kind of spend the last part of your day at the exhibit, and then maybe finish up with Artist Alley, that definitely gives you a better pace throughout the day. And so you'll feel like you're accomplishing more, and there's not so much back and forth. Definitely one of my recommendations for sure. And so,
You want to what?
yeah, I think today, the first day one was definitely a success for sure. I got to see a lot. I got to see a lot of things that I wanted to see. Picked up couple cool items, and I think the plan. At that point, the plan was for the next day to just go back, pick up some of the more exclusive giveaways, visit some of the artists that I jotted down in my notes, and then just keep everything again a couple more looks. But this is me just making my way back down this hall just to go back out through the entrance that I originally came in through. Some more tips that I have. Let's see. This is kind of a niche tip. If you are planning to get posters or prints or anything like that, I would definitely say having a poster print container holder would definitely help, because you don't want to just kind of hold it out, because it might, you might bump into someone, then it gets, crinkled or it gets torn. And so having a poster carrying tube would definitely help. That's for sure. I would say if at any point you're feeling like you're just, your feet hurt way too much, or maybe you're just, the crowds are too much, AX does offer kind of a quiet space too, to where you can just sit, relax, or even you can find anywhere along the hallways to just sit and rest. And there's no shame in that. Like, it is a lot of walking, and so I'll show you more videos. But there's definitely people who are just asleep, taking a nap, resting, sat down. Something that I did is, because I knew I was going to sit in a lot of, because I knew I was going to be in a lot of lines, I actually purchased this foldable, how to put it, stool, and it really worked. It was great. It definitely helped, because I didn't have to end up sitting on the floor or anything like that, or leaning against anything. I think this year I heard there were people who were told they weren't allowed to bring them in, but there were a lot of people inside the convention, so it might have just been one or two employees there of the convention that might not have gotten the right information. But definitely something to think about, definitely something to invest in. And so again, just heading out here through the hall, all these cool posters. I mean, it's everything is just decked out in anime. Food at AX does get expensive. I think, if I remember correctly, and then I have a video of one of the food areas here. I think what was it? I think the chicken fingers fries was $20. So the food does get pretty pricey, especially if you're buying each day, or if you have a big group and you're buying multiple orders. Then the price definitely goes up real fast. So just something to be aware of. Oh, another thing to point out, and here on the right hand side, you'll see the merch table, the official AX merch. Is if you see something that you really like on the catalog, I would say go and get it, because chances are there's really, really good chance that they will sell out. This year there was this really cool coin pouch with this really nice design on it, and I think I ended up going, I think, day 2 to the AX merch booth, and it was sold out. It was completely sold out. I went to the other one near the Kentai Hall, and that one was sold out too. And so again, if there's something you see and you really like it, just get it, because there's a good chance that you might not get it again. This right now, after getting out, I made my way over to the shuttle bus. Like I mentioned earlier, AX has this agreement with the different hotels around the area, where the hotel block, they call it, to where you can use the shuttle. And let me show you kind of what I'm talking about here. You can use the shuttle system as an easy way to get to and from the convention. So that's this area right here. And so you say, example, you come out here, you'll cross the street, walk over, and then the bus will take you on your way to your hotel. Definitely a good resource to have, good a good service to use. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. This is just day 1 of AX. I'm going to be making a video of day 2 and day 3. If you have any questions about AX, if you want to know any other tips, or if you have your own tips, or if you have your own suggestions about what to do at AX, or something that you found was really cool at AX, let me know down in the comments. But I appreciate y'all taking the time, and keep an eye out for AX Day 2. Thanks, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate it.